What up? What's good, people? What is up? What is they went from the 4th level of hell and sent us down to the 7th level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to stop. I thought Lil Durk was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation. I tried to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. What he had on looked like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yana Van Zam's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. Yeah. Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs, I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, Josh strap, something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy. All right, we made it. Oh, child. The way I was running, sprinting to get here. Yeah. I didn't think I was going to make it, honey. Nevertheless, we made it. Ooh. I was on the other side of the house. Child. Yeah. Yeah, this one of my listen, y'all. It's gonna look a little different around here. We'll see what we can come up with, but StreamYard is about to be retired, and we about to go to another platform besides StreamYard. We're gonna have to play around with that. Anyway, what is going on, y'all? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? Can y'all hear me good? Is the audio okay? Is this thing working? Hello. Is it working? What y'all got going on, honey? What's going on? What's going on, honey? Hey, what is going on, y'all? Let me say hello to y'all appropriately. Let me get the dossier up. I don't even got the dossier up and ready. Hey Chanel, what's going on? Hey Tamara, Volvo, hey Cookie, Tracy W is here. Hey girl, hey. Ravine is here. How you doing, sweetheart? Sweet Pea is here. What's up? Brown Mama is present and accounted for. NASA is here. Mr. Pisces, how you doing today, sir? How you doing? What's going on, sir? What you got going on? Montrez, what's good, bruh? Ronald, what is up? So Jeff. Oh God, here you go, dear Lord. Here he go. Let me put this in the members only chat that we live. God. What you put in the members only chat? So Jeff, what is this that you put in the members only chat? Huh? That don't happen till 9 o'clock tonight. That Beyonce skank situation ain't till 9 o'clock tonight. You already putting it in the members only chat. I'm not gonna be watching that mess. Hey Harold, Harold. Hey. I'm not doing this with you, Abby, because y'all seem to be, the Beehive people that be bombarding anytime y'all only talk in the group or in the members only chat when it's something that involves the Beehive, and then y'all climb out of hiding. God. Anyway, y'all hit the like button. I ain't gonna do too much today in terms of sharing this out. I'm gonna put it on my community wall, but I'm not gonna do Instagram right now. I'm just gonna put it on the community wall, and if you subscribe, then you'll be fine. All right. I am not a hater. Now I might watch Ronald, but please be clear, I would not be singing along. Listen, I have like in terms of Beyond Skank, I have 5. I think I have 5 songs. 5 Beyond Skank songs that I like. I like Dream Girls. We're a dream girl. Boy, we'll make you happy. I only like it because that spin that hoe does at the end of the song, when she hits that spin, and I'd be like, spin whore. That I like that song. I like I don't know the name of the song. What's the now I done forgot the song. It's the song where it say, I guess it sucks to be you right now. Best thing I never had. That's the name of the song. I think that's the name of the best thing I never had. The one where she says, I guess it sucks to be you right now. That I like that song. I like now let me think now. Best thing I never had. Thank you so Jeff. I do like I can tolerate Love on Top only because I'm a modulation girl. I love a good modulation now, and the fact that that song modulates like 836 times is right up my alley. So I do like Love on Top. I'm just talking about songs that is just Beyonce, and after that, maybe Crazy in Love, so I can shake my ass. And that's it. That's all. That's what was that? 4 songs. That's the best you gonna get from me with Beyond Skank. Now, if you asking me about when she was with Destiny Skanks, I like a couple Destiny Skank songs. I I like the remake of the cover of Emotions by the Bee Gees. I like that. I like Nasty Girl. Nasty put some clothes on. You don't why I do like that one. The second album, the album with Boogaboo, that was my album actually. That was an album I did like. And then when Beyonce broke the group up, that's when my hatred started. But I was into that one. I was into that second album, the one with Bills, and um Bugaboo. Throw out my pager, shut my phone off, break my lease so I can move. A bugaboo, a bugaboo. That song was good. I did like that album, but Beyonce by herself, it's like 4 or 5. I probably left one off, but that's about it. That's about all I got. Yeah, that's about all. That's it. I mean, she all right. I'm not saying the woman can't sing, but her music for me is a little too pop. And if you're gonna give me pop, don't give me white girl pop. Give me no something about her later music I really don't care for. Like her, I like the first album, and which album had to the left on it. That's about the last full Beyonce album I heard. The album that got to the left on it is about the last full album I've ever heard of Beyonce. Other than that, I only heard individual singles, and the singles that I heard, I'll be like, yeah, that's not my cup of tea. I will say she's gotten better as a singer over time, but just her music, it just doesn't. I don't know, but that's just my personal taste. I'm just saying. You see, I don't even know the songs, Janae. I don't even know the song names. I just know some of the lyrics. That's about it. So I'm assuming you share the same dislikes for all solo albums who break away from their groups. No, I don't have a problem with you breaking away from the group. I have a problem with Beyonce throwing people out of the group. I don't have a problem with you breaking off from the group. If you want to break off and do your own solo thing, baby, go ahead and be my guest. I do have a problem with you kicking people out of the group and then bringing 2 other skanks along to replace them after you done had them people put all their voices and vocals and shit all over that goddamn album, knowing full well that the bulk of the money they're gonna make is gonna be on tour, and you fire them girls right before y'all go on tour. Bitch, you ain't shit, Beyonce. You ain't shit. That bitch ain't shit. Oh, girl. You talking about the documentary or the new show that he got coming out, Mr. Pisces? What I will say is I hope that Beyonce does not, we don't need you talking Beyonce. All we need you to do is go out there and sing and perform Beyonce. Baby, when that woman puts a microphone to her throat and starts talking, I'll be like, no. Y'all know that woman can't talk. Y'all know her. I like Beyonce talking is like freaking nails on a chalkboard. She can't talk. Ma'am. Just go out there and sing and perform. But you getting in front of a microphone talking about you finna talk for an extended period of time? No, ma'am, no God. We're not here for that. It's called Black Beauty or something like that. I'll look it up because I think I saw somebody talking about it. I think Mother was reviewing it. I think her words are, child, girl, they're not. I promise you, they're not. I promise you, they are not. Girl, you out here acting like she's Maya Angelou or something like that. Girl, please go sit down somewhere, Jeff. Please go sit down. Hey, everybody coming in. Jeannie, Miss Baythang. Hey, everybody. Child. Yeah. Quake, what's going on, you? China White, what's good? Ronald in here, Janae, everybody up in here. What's going on, everybody? What is going on? Listen, let's go ahead and delve into the dossier. It's time. Go ahead and put a Shondo in the chat for me. Let me know you're ready. And we're about to delve into this good dossier. Where's Larry? I'm ready, Larry. Larry, I'm ready. Larry, I'm ready. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the great Larry Myers to help us usher in your Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So long, well, I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. All right, y'all. We are back. We are back. I told you all that I would keep you all informed of where we are in this with early voting. Keep you all up to speed. As a matter of fact, let me hold on for a moment. Let me share the website. Let me show y'all the website as I'm seeing it. So that way y'all can look at it with me. All right. So here's the website where we look at the early voting. Is it better for me to be here? No, I don't like being there. Let me just stay right here. All right. Can y'all see that? Let me know if y'all can see that or not. So as of right now, can y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can see that. Hey, Xavier. Hey, Monksha, what's good, boo? You know who it is? I know who it is. I sure do. I wish that was Trey. That's who I wish it was. Anyway, can y'all see this? Y'all ain't tell me if y'all can see this or not. So yesterday, when we looked at the early voting, yesterday there was about 30 million votes that were cast and counted. So what we have here is we have the number of mail-in and early in-person votes that have been cast, meaning these are votes that have been cast and turned into elections and received by elections officials around the country. Down here is what they have is the number of requested ballots, requested mail-in and early in-person voting ballots that have been requested. But as of right now, the ones that have been received and cast are here. Now look, we got it's real split down the middle. You have once again, that number is 35,546,229 mail-in and early in-person votes that have been cast nationally. Now this is I want to look at some of the type. Right, let me look at my state, Florida, where I have already cast my vote right now. And remember what I said when we're looking at these numbers, these are party how the voter is registered, not indicative of how they actually voted, but this shows you of the registered voters which ones are registered Dem, which ones are registered Republicans, and which ones are no party affiliation registered. So of the votes that have already been cast, 37% in Florida are registered Dem, 43 registered Republican, and 20% no party affiliation. And that large 20%, that could go, that's a lot of votes That's a lot of votes in that 20%. You could go either way, even though with this, let's say it went straight down party lines, and exactly what you saw here is how people voted. This is hypothetical now. That would mean that Dems are down by 8 points, but when you factor in 20% of that is no party affiliation, that could do a whole lot. That could go either way. So that is certainly a toss up right now in terms of knowing where that state is going to go. Let's go right up the border from there to Georgia, which is one of the battleground states. Please put in the chat if you want me to check your state. Put your state in the chat. Now look at Georgia. Interestingly enough, as much as they talk about Florida being as red as Florida is, and it's red, 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 will never go blue. Look at the distribution of the mail-in and early votes in Georgia. Much more partisan, where you have 45% registered Dems that have requested voted by mail-in ballot or early in person, and then 49 Republican. And then only 6% of that is no party affiliation. Let me go across the border from Georgia over to North Carolina. Remember, North Carolina was right down the middle yesterday. Once again, still today, North Carolina is right down the middle, just as partisan as it can get. 34, 34, 32. That is, you can't even make that up. And it almost makes you question and wonder about the validity of those numbers, but that is as partisan or as divided as you can get. That is right up and down, right between, and that's if we assume that people voted along their party registration affiliation, which we don't know that happened. But just looking at who's voted based on their party affiliation, that is as partisan as you can get. And then you have the huge faction of no party affiliation, which is huge there, which ventures to tell you, if I am campaigning in Georgia, that looks very different than campaigning in Florida and North Carolina, where, as you can see, there's a large number of no party affiliations. Y'all asked for Michigan. Okay, Michigan. Let's look at Michigan. As of right now, here is the breakdown for Michigan. So of votes that have been cast, mail-in and early in-person voting, 52% are registered Democrats, 38% are registered Republican, and 10% are no party affiliation, which looks good, but that is if I make the assumption that these people are voting along with their party affiliations. And we can't necessarily say that. We do know that there are people on both sides that could vote with the opposite party candidate. So we have to just take it as it is with those raw numbers, looking at just what their party affiliation is. Xavier wants to look at his great state of Nevada. I'm sorry, Nevada. Xavier, is it Nevada or Nevada? Some people say Nevada. Some people say Nevada. I think people in the state say Nevada. Y'all let me know. I don't know. I'm in Florida. And so we say Nevada, but I know people outside of Florida call Florida Florida, and it's not Florida, it's Florida, not Florida. Florida. Lord. I've heard people say Florida, and it's Florida. Anyway, in Nevada, 35% of the mail-in and early in-person votes that have already been cast, 35% have been Democrat, 41% have been registered Republican, and 24% have been registered non-party affiliation. That non-party affiliation is quite large. Anytime you see a non-party affiliation of 20% or more, really, if you go 15% or more, that's a large number, because that could sway either way. That could shift the that could shift the election either way. So I don't know who Damian H is. I'm sure somebody took care of them. Let me look at some other child the bots. Is that Nevada? So Xavier says Nevada, even though I've been told it's Nevada. So if Xavier, but Xavier not even from there. You from Boston. So y'all accent in Boston is already jacked up, Xavier. I don't know why I'm asking you. Anyway, to want to say people talk about how we say Maryland. I think each state has this issue. Yeah, because y'all say Merlin, like it's Murr. That's how really B says. She'd be like Merlin. I say Maryland. And she'd be like, no, it's Merlin. I'd be like, no, it's Maryland. Well, that's just like the Baltimore people say Baltimore. It's Baltimore. There's no D in the middle of Baltimore. But they show it like it's a D right there. That's because they love the D there. There is a Nevada, Ohio. Oh, wow. Yeah, Janae, they say like Merlin. Like what? Yeah, a mess. What other states do I need to check for y'all? Let me check some of these other say let's look at Pennsylvania. So they spending so much time on Pennsylvania. Now the registered Dems are they getting their early votes in. I see that. They're not fucking off. The now, like I said, this just registered. We don't know how these people voted, but based on their voter registrations, their party affiliation is Democrat. So that's a good sign. Like I said, once you start to see the non-party affiliations being 20% or anything greater than 15%, that gives you pause because that means that could shake any that could mean a whole lot. That means that it's you really just don't know. Here come David. He over there in Baltimore. The best thing about Baltimore is that fine ass mayor. Shout out to the members only chat. Well, we was crotch watching the mayor of Baltimore in the members only chat. Charles Stephen, that's what they like in Baltimore. They love the D. Ask David. He up there. David is right up there. He'll tell you they love the D in Baltimore. That's why they shove the D in the middle of that the name of their city. It's not Baltimore, it's Baltimore. We may not have no T, but we have some D over here. That's what they say in Baltimore. That's what the people told me. You want me to check the numbers in Alabama? Okay. Well, y'all ain't even got no early voting. You know what? I'm not doing. You know what? I'm not doing this with you. You know what? I just remembered y'all don't even have early voting in Alabama. I'm not doing this with you. Harold. Let's look at the blue wall. Let's start with Wisconsin. Now, do not get happy about this 36 to 22 because this is, you see this gray 42% no party affiliation. That means we have no idea. We have literally no idea. And here's another reason why I say we have no idea. Because watch what, David? Y'all know y'all love the D over there. Do like y'all do. Y'all do in Baltimore. Anyway, so the thing that we need to be concerned about is the reason that these people in gray concern me. I never trust some of these exit polls that you see because there's a lot of people who will go in the voting booth and in the cloak of the darkness of that voting booth, vote for Donald John and walk out of that voting booth and lie to you and tell you, oh yeah, I voted for Kamala, and be lying the whole time. See white women, excuse me, all over the country. So I never try. I never take stock in exit polls. Let me know when you done counting. That's what matters to me. Let me know when you done tabulating the votes and counting, because I don't trust these people. Look at him. Look at him. You know when they say words like few and do, few, chow, chow, yeah. So that's Wisconsin. Let's look at Minnesota. No, that was to Michigan. I'm sorry, we just looked at Michigan. Minnesota's here. Minnesota, like I said, this 37%, that could go either way. We have no idea. We have no idea. And like I said, it's not until those votes are actually counted and tabulated. Now the one thing I can take solace of is, for the most part, Democratic early voters tend to go Democrat. If you are a registered Democrat and you early vote, more often than not, I would say in the 90th percentile, you are voting along with your party line. Now, the Republicans, you never know. And the fact that there's that large percentage of uh, uh um no party affiliation vote there, that's too big. That's too big, way too big. Like I told you, anytime you see 20 upwards of 15 to 20% or more, yeah, that's way too large, way too large. Any other states we want to check while we're here? Any other states that we want to check? Let me look at Texas, see what they got going on there. Texas, you see this here? See, this doesn't give me a good feeling. Y'all got to get out there, vote over there in Texas. Y'all got Beyonce Skank in town, and y'all too busy over there trying to listen to Beyonce Skank instead of going out there and getting your votes cast. Okay, I need y'all to get y'all ass out in the motherfucking field, go out there in the streets, and go out there and cast some goddamn votes. Please, Texas, please. This is winnable. Do not listen to the people telling you Texas is not winnable. It is. It is. We'll do one or two more states. Any states in particular y'all want me to look at? Now, this is surprising. Let me look at this. I'm just looking at this. I'm very surprised that this is West Virginia. I'm very surprised at this. Very surprised at these numbers in West Virginia. I expected this to be much more skewed red, but we also know that the Republicans are going to come out in droves when it comes to election day voting. So we'll see that. Arizona, Massachusetts, Virginia. Okay. Okay. So let's do Arizona. They've already cast 1 million votes. Here's the breakdown: 35 Republican, 43. I'm sorry, 35 Democrat, 43 Republican, 22% no party affiliation. Like I said, that's high. That is high. Because that could skew an election either way. What y'all said? Massachusetts and then Virginia. Yeah, we checked Georgia. Virginia. 51% registered Democrats, 39% registered Republicans, and 10% no party affiliation. So I said Virginia, I suspect will go blue. That's a state that I'm pretty firm in believing that Virginia will go blue. I'm pretty firm in that. Massachusetts, oh wow, large, huge non-party affiliation, but most of those in Massachusetts do tend to skew Democrat in Massachusetts. I will say that. But you tend to have more of the progressives and liberal wing of the Democratic Party there, and many of whom are disgruntled with the Democratic establishment, which is why they don't want to assign themselves that party affiliation. But they do tend to skew those non-party affiliations voters in Massachusetts. They do tend to skew Democrat. I will say that. All right. So that is yeah, Virginia tends to swing the blue, but they can go purple. Virginia is also a state like North Carolina that does not like a homogenous legislature. They don't want it all Dem or all Republican. They like it to be, you know, uh, uh, um, a pretty mixed legislature. All right. All right. So that is our update for today on early voting. All right. So let's talk about the campaign trail. Let's see what we have. What's the latest from the campaign trail yesterday? Kamala and Obama, as my uncle would say, and Obama were in Atlanta with Tyler Perry and Spike Lee and Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Springsteen, and there were quite a few people at that event yesterday down to the Atlanta. Today, both Donald John and Kamala will be in Texas. Kamala will be in Houston. Donald John will be in Austin. Actually, he's already Donald John already spoke earlier today in Austin, and he's on his way to Michigan for a rally tonight in Michigan. All of the polls, I don't if you want to believe the polls, but as I like to check polls, every poll, which and here's my thing with the polls. I really think some of these people like to try to skew these polls to make greater anticipation at the elections. And what I mean by skew the polls is I'm not saying they fudge the numbers, but if you're only calling a certain segment of the population, or the people that you're using for the poll is not indicative truly of the population of the area, or the percentages of the people that you're looking to report on with that poll, then we can't trust the poll. So yeah. Let me see what else I missed. Trump appointed judges have ruled against Mississippi voting a Mississippi voting law potentially impacting future lawsuits. A panel of 3 Donald Trump appointed judges said today that Mississippi was violating federal law by counting mail ballots that arrive after election day, but stopped short of blocking the policy before the election in a ruling that could nevertheless impact voting related lawsuits this fall. So that's not a good thing. So what that what that law is, what that's saying is, if somebody mails in their ballot and it's mailed in with the right postmark, if it does not arrive at election officials by election day, then it doesn't have to be counted. Of course, this is a ruling from the Fifth Circuit court, from the Fifth Circuit. And I told you the Fifth Circuit is where democracy goes to die. Whenever you hear Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, there are reasons that Republicans like to get these draconian laws in those states. Even if it doesn't affect the states, they will make the lawsuits emanate from those states for the purpose of having them traverse through the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. And we know that is where democracy goes to die. That is where the conservative and MAGA sycophants and acolytes hang out. They are all on the bench and in the federal judiciary in the Fifth Circuit, and they are ready to do the bidding of the MAGA nuts. So many states do allow for late arriving ballots. States like Nevada, Ohio, Virginia, and Maryland. These states allow mail-in ballots that come after election day. California and New York also allow post-election ballot receipts, as long as they are postmarked by the correct dates. Now, here's the messed up part about it. For some reason, the Postmaster General, the sitting Postmaster General, I don't want to quote this wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, the sitting Postmaster General is that same Postmaster General that was appointed by Donald John Trump, and we know he's here for all of the fuck shit. He's here for all of the fuck shit. Let me make sure it's the same guy. Yes, so this is the same Postmaster General Louis DeJoy, who was appointed by President Trump. He is still the appointed Postmaster General. Why he is still the Postmaster General? Hey, unapologetically QI, why he is still Postmaster General is beyond my level of comprehension. So the reason that I bring that up is this: people who work for the post office, people who follow what goes on in the post office can tell you it's a lot of fuck shit that goes on with the post office. A lot of their processes have come under fire. There has been a lot of scrutiny of the post office, the postal service since Louis DeJoy became Postmaster General. And that was one of the people who, when Joseph Robinette Biden first became president, that was one of the people who everybody said overwhelmingly, he's going to get rid of this guy first. He's going to get rid of this guy first. And here we are almost 4 years later, and this man is still the Postmaster General, fucking everything up for the post office. We'll get to that in a second, Stephen. I'm gonna get to that story. I'm gonna give that its own time. But it's what's supposed to happen in most states, and check your states. You go by your states, but in most states, if you vote by mail and it is postmarked by the by election date and it's received afterward, it should be counted. The reason that's important is not just for people who are here in the United States. We have a lot of people around the world that may be in another country for business, that may be in the military, or, for whatever reasons, they are not in the inside of the continental United States. And so they need to have their votes mailed in and counted. And so the problem that Republicans have is these votes tend to skew Democrat, and so they're trying to do everything they can not to have to count those votes. So that's a large part of what we have from the campaign trail. Other things I want to cover individually. Okay, so let's see what we got. Let's go over. We got a listen. I really want y'all. No, I'm not gonna cover that. I did watch that with Angela Rye and Charlamagne last night. Charlamagne pressed Anderson on that. Anderson said that's bullshit. Charlamagne said no, it's not. That's not in the dossier today, but I'm not saying I won't. I can't discuss it, but let me get through the dossier, and we might can address that, Ronald. I'm glad you brought that up, though. And I do tend to agree somewhat with Charlemagne. I do believe that these people who are at these major news networks, they make it a point to give all types of exceptions for Donald John. They don't hold his feet to the fire. They let him spew all types of misinformation. They don't hold his feet to the carpet at all. But everybody else, they got all they got to jump through all bells, hoops, whistle, and stuff like that. That's a whole nother story. So the next story, the next few stories, I really need y'all to pay attention to, because these are alarming stories, and these are stories that are where I'm trying to let you know the fuck shit is already starting. I need y'all to pay very close attention to the next 5 or so stories, because these 5 stories will show you that these people are not going to sit back and just allow you people to think that you're going to have a black woman president without them having something to say and do about it. So this story is coming out of the great state of Texas, and this is in and around San Antonio over there in Bexar County. So yesterday, it is being reported that an election clerk was assaulted at the polls. Let me read this to you. An election clerk was allegedly assaulted Thursday night as polls were closing, according to election officials. Now, the woman you see there is not the woman that was assaulted. That's one of the Bexar County elections officials who was answering questions to the press or to news outlets about this. The incident occurred at a local poll site. Security and emergency medical services were called. The clerk received medical attention at the site and went home. A police officer will be posted at that polling location. Election officials are saying, quote, "We ask for everyone to calm down. Our polls are safe. They are safe." End of quote. And that's coming from the Bexar County elections administrator, who you see here, Jackie Callanan, excuse me. So now we have people assaulting election poll workers. It's already starting, people. It is already started. I think Beyonce's at 9 o'clock. I think that's at 9 o'clock. Somebody in the chat will tell you. This shit is already started. Now, you know, if you're in Texas, Bexar County is a Democratic stronghold. That's over there in San Antonio area. San Antonio is located in Bexar County, and so you can possibly believe that something nefarious, if you want to make those assumptions. But the fact that poll workers are being assaulted is a problem. In other issues with voting, in the great state of Colorado, officials say that they have stopped an alleged scheme to cast votes using stolen ballots. Colorado election officials uncovered a scheme in which more than a dozen mailed ballots were stolen and used to cast fraudulent votes before the real voters ever received them. According to the Secretary of State, Jenna Griswold, the fraud was discovered on the western slope during routine signature verification checks. Quote, "The ballots were filled out, signed, and returned through a USPS mailbox, not a ballot drop box. 4 ballots passed the initial signature verification, and 3 voters had already been contacted by the Mesa County clerk." End of quote. And that's according to the Secretary of State. One of the affected voters was notified that the ballot tracks system, through the ballot track system, that their ballot had been received, though they had not yet voted. The issue prompted Mesa County Clerk Bobby Gross to investigate eventually finding that several ballots had been signed by the same person and sent close together. The case has been turned over to the 21st Judicial District Attorney for a criminal investigation. The United States Postal Service is also looking into how the ballots were intercepted. Secretary of State Griswold reassured voters that the state's election system is secure, saying that, quote, this attempt at fraud was caught quickly thanks to the tools we have in place, end of quote. Colorado uses signature verification and ballot tracks to make sure elections are both accessible and secure. Now, this case comes not long after former Mesa County Clerk Tina Peters was sentenced for her role in spreading false claims about the 2020 election. And this is in Colorado. In Colorado. So you got election workers in Texas, in the San Antonio area, getting assaulted at the polls. You have people casting fraudulent votes for other people. These are people who requested mail-in ballots, and before the people received their mail-in ballots, people intercepted those mail-in ballots, took the people's mail-in ballots, voted, sealed it, signed it, and turned it in as if that was their votes. And the people never, the original people who requested those ballots never voted. We already have the fuck shit people. Now they say that this happened in Mesa County, Colorado. Well, somebody's going to ask me, where is Mesa County, Colorado? Well, Mesa County, Colorado, if I'm not mistaken, is a blue area. Mesa County, Colorado is a blue area within the great state of Colorado. Y'all notice the trend here, right? Y'all notice the trend here, right? Well, let's keep going. That right there is Representative Andy Harris. Okay. And he is the chair of the House Freedom Caucus. Well, let me read this to you. The chair of the conservative House Freedom Caucus says the North Carolina legislature should consider allocating the state's presidential electors to Donald Trump even before votes are counted. I don't know what y'all want me to do with that. I just read the news. I just read the fucking news. I just read it for you. I don't know what y'all want me to do. I just read the news. Let me, because maybe somebody didn't quite understand what I'm saying here. Let me read that again for you. The sitting chair of the conservative House Freedom Caucus, which is a caucus within the United States House of Representatives. So this man who you're looking at don't even live in North Carolina. He's a Republican out of the great state of Maryland, okay? Andy Harris. He is on record saying that North Carolina's legislature should consider allocating the state's presidential electors to Donald Trump even before votes are counted in the state. That's what he said. Republican Andy Harris out of Maryland said Thursday that such a step by North Carolina's Republican-controlled legislature, quote, makes a lot of sense, end of quote, given the devastation wrought by Hurricane Helene in the western part of the state. Counties in that region are expected to vote heavily for Trump. Potential difficulties with voting in the hurricane-damaged area would be a basis for the state legislature to declare in advance that Trump should win the state's 16 electoral votes, Harris said, at a Republican Party dinner in Maryland's Talbot County. Quote, you statistically can go and say, look, you got disenfranchised in 25 counties. You know what that vote probably would have been, which would be, if I were in the legislature, enough to go, yeah, we have to convene the legislature. We can't disenfranchise the voters. End of quote. So what you're saying is you don't want to disenfranchise the Republican voters in the western part of the states. The Democratic voters in the eastern part of the state, you don't give a damn about their disenfranchisement, right? Now, this is a Republican-led Congress over there in North Carolina. One of the reasons that I believe it was this, was it the Senate or the House? Somebody in North Carolina will correct me. It's either in the Senate or the House. I think it was the House, North Carolina State House. It was Democrat until one of the congresswomen who was elected as a Democrat decided that she was going to change party affiliations 6 months after being elected, and then change her party affiliation to Republican, giving them control of both chambers of the House. I mean, chambers of the North Carolina legislature. Now, these remarks by the chair of the House Freedom Caucus were in response to a keynote speech by Ivan Railklin, a Trump activist who has long embraced a radical strategy of state legislatures guaranteeing Trump's re-election if they deem the 2024 election tainted by fraud and corruption. Raikkonen posted a video of his full speech on X, as well as a separate clip of his exchange with Representative Harris. In his remarks, he argued that in addition to North Carolina, Republican-controlled legislatures in New Hampshire, Arizona, Nebraska, Georgia, and Wisconsin could take similar steps by meeting on election day and awarding their electors to Trump. Representative Harris asked Raikkonen how he could justify his plan in other states that were unaffected by the storm. To which God, he said, quote, as I've repeatedly said, every legal vote should be counted. I would hope everyone could agree that legal American voters whose lives were devastated by the recent storms should not be disenfranchised in the upcoming voting process. But yet y'all want the legislators to vote for them. This is the fuck shit that we got going on. Now, why am I bringing this up now? Hey, Tacos and Tequila, I just told you in Bexar County, Texas, as well as in Colorado, in a blue district in Colorado, we got people with the fuck shit. I just read you all how there was people trying to fraudulently vote in the great state of Colorado. You could see people saying legislatures pointing to that being a reason why they feel like there's been fraud with the election, and then decide that that gives them the right and the impetus and the exigence with which to go ahead and deem those electors for whoever they would see fit. I'm just telling y'all, I'm just preparing y'all for the setup. In more voter news, in the great state of Arizona, Phoenix police have ID'd the suspect in connection with the mailbox fire where ballots were burned. Phoenix police identified the man Thursday accused of setting fire to a U.S. Postal Service mailbox. His name is Dieter Klofkorn, age 35. He was booked in the Maricopa County Jail on one count of arson, according to court documents. Police said he set fire to a USPS collection box on 7th Avenue around 12:40 a.m. Thursday. After being brought into custody, he provided the lighter he used to damage the box. Court documents showed Phoenix police said that he admitted to the arson, knew the severity of his behavior, and wanted to be arrested. And wanted to be arrested. And wanted to be arrested. Clothcorn lit a piece of paper on fire and threw it in the collection box, according to the probable cause statements. The court record said that about 20 election ballots, along with numerous pieces of mail, were destroyed. Clothcorn said the fire was not politically motivated in his police interview. The drive-up collection box was at the U.S. Post Office on North 7th Avenue near West Indian School Road, according to Phoenix Fire Department. Court records show that the suspect pleaded guilty to a drug paraphernalia charge back in 2023. Here's my concern with this. Hey, Demetria. Here's my concern. I'm concerned when this man was okay with getting arrested, furthermore saying that he wanted to be arrested. My concern is this really the guy that did it? Now, they say they identified him and that, surveillance cameras and so forth identified him. But I would venture to tell you that my mind goes nefarious places and thinks he's not alone in this and that there may be others waiting to do this. And even if there aren't, I can't escape the fact that you may have others that may see this as the blueprint and try to be copycats, not just in Arizona, but in multiple places. Now, he has been given a bail. His bail was set at $50,200. So yes, he has been given a bail. Let me say that again. He was given a bail. Y'all see where I'm going, right? I told y'all these next few cases was going to be real crazy. Now, I have to be fair. I absolutely have to be fair. So if I talk about how they're doing this fuck shit on the Republican side, I have to be equally fair and talk about how they're doing this on the Democratic side. Well, in the great state of Montana, an individual named Laszlo Gendler was flagged by an election official for, quote, tampering, end of quote, with a ballot box in Montana, according to the Montana Secretary of State's office. Surveillance footage showed Gendler, employed by the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee, making contact with the ballot box, raising concerns. The Glacier County election administrator reported the incident to the Montana Secretary of State, stating that Gendler was caught on camera tampering with the ballot box. Montana is in the middle of one of the most crucial Senate races, as you know, of this election cycle, with John Tester, the Democrat incumbent, facing Republican Tim Sheehy. I just called it that. I just have to read this stuff. So we got fuck shit going on all over the country. Monitor your votes. If you have a situation in your respective state where you are voting early and your state allows for you to go in and check to see if your vote was mailed to you. If you're doing mail-in, you could check to see if it was mailed to you, whether or not, and after you mailed it back, whether or not they received it, and whether or not it was counted. The setup has already started. In other news, Jeff Bezos is in the news. So yesterday I talked about the editor of the editorial section of the Los Angeles Times resigning her position because she thought it was unethical for them not to allow them to endorse a candidate after they found out that they were going to endorse Kamala Harris. Well, we have more of the fuck shit. So the Washington Post was going to endorse Kamala Harris. They were going to have a full endorsement of Vice President Kamala Harris for president. Well, it was being reported last night and early this morning that they were no longer going to do that. And now we're getting more information that is saying that Jeff Bezos, who used to be the owner, CEO, I should say, of Amazon, but is now the billionaire owner of the Washington Post, he personally made the decision to kill an endorsement of Vice President Kamala Harris that the newspaper editorial board had drafted. And that's according to the newspaper itself. Citing two sources, it said had been briefed on the sequence of events who spoke on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak publicly. The Washington Post reported its editorial board had drafted an endorsement of Kamala Harris that was to be published before the election. Quote, the decision not to publish was made by the Post's owner, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, according to the same sources, end of quote. And that's what the newspaper reported. I told y'all yesterday, all of these major news outlets and news papers are now owned by billionaires. And these are billionaires who want no parts of a Kamala Harris in office. They want every part of a Donald John in office so that they can continue to reap the benefits of either not paying taxes at all or paying taxes that are so minuscule and little that it's of no significance to them. Just a mess. Just a mess. So gone are the days where newspapers can look at something and give, I mean, like I told y'all yesterday, this is a long-standing practice within journalism where the editorial section or the editorial board of a newspaper will give an official endorsement for president. And now we have conservative, Republican leaning owners of those newspapers that are now getting involved with this process and interrupting the journalistic integrity of these institutions, of these long-standing institutions. A mess. In other news that came out today, now, if you are deep into political social media, as I am, you have heard of the fuck shit account known as Black Insurrectionist. Now, this Black Insurrectionist account has hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter and is notorious for putting out way crazy conspiracy theories. But his whole shtick was that, oh, he was a black insurrectionist. His whole shtick is that he was black. And even on his profile, it says that he's a black patriot rallying against perceived injustices. Well, the actual person behind the account that created the account and behind the account has now been revealed as a man by the name of Jason G. Palmer, a white businessman from upstate New York with a history of financial and legal troubles. The Black Insurrectionist account amassed over 300,000 followers on X, formerly Twitter, posting sensational and often false claims about Democratic candidates, including Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Harris's running mate. Among the account's most widely shared posts was a fabricated affidavit claiming that Harris was given debate questions in advance by ABC News, an allegation the network strongly not denied. Despite the lack of evidence, the post garnered support from high-profile Republicans, including former President Donald Trump and his 2024 running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. Now, that's the reason that I'm bringing this up. This account, Black Insurrectionist, which was touting the fact that he was a black man and was a staunch Trump supporter, was the source of a lot of misinformation and was heralded by Donald John as well as JD Vance. Many of those MAGA nuts sitting in Congress or that are just conservative talking heads would retweet his misinformation and lies and conspiracy theories and put it out there as if it was gospel truth. Well, it's being found out that he ain't who he said he was. Now, I'm not surprised. Neither should you be. We know full well that a lot of these people are out here pushing narratives, trying to make it as if black people are out here in droves supporting Donald John Trump. Because you always notice whenever they put microphones in these people's faces, it's always the people who want to sit out here and spew all types of fuck shit that they don't know nothing about. And instead of the person with the microphone pressing them or fact checking them in real time, these people just let them put it out there as if it's just gospel truths. I just can't. Let me move on before I spike out. I feel a good sugar spike going on. As we delve deeper into the dossier, um, the University of South Florida is mourning the untimely death of their head coach. So, University of South Florida's men's basketball coach Amir Abdul Rahim, he died yesterday, according to the school, after a medical procedure went horribly wrong. He was only 43 years old. Now he is the brother of NBA former NBA player and legend Sharif Abdul Rahim. And yeah, he had a wife and 3 kids. Now I don't know what the medical, I'm trying to see if they have what the medical procedure was. But he had a medical procedure, it went horribly wrong, and he is now dead. And he had even though he was only 43, he had nearly 2 decades of coaching experience. But yeah, they're not speaking to what exactly the medical procedure was, but he passed away and succumbed to that medical procedure. We are certainly sending our thoughts, prayers, and condolences with the with the Abdul Rahim family, his friends and his loved ones. But that, yeah, the tragic, untimely death of him. Oh, I saw that Ronald, I saw that he wants to make Aileen Cannon his attorney general. I'm not going to even entertain him and who he wants to put on his cabinet because I'm not banking on him being president. So he can tell me all the people that he wants to put on his cabinet. I'm not banking on him being president to even make those decisions. In one of the biggest stories of the day, Lil somebody, I don't know all of these Lils. It's just a bunch of Lils. Lil this, Lil that, Lil da da da. I keep saying, can anybody be big? I'm just saying. Nobody wants to be big. God. Anyway, Grammy Award-winning rapper Lil Durk has been arrested in Broward County, Florida on federal charges that he paid for the attempted 2022 revenge killing of rapper Quando Rondo at a Los Angeles gas station, a shooting that resulted in the death of Rondo's cousin. Lil Durk, 32, is charged with conspiracy to commit murder for hire in the slaying of Savia Robinson, 24, who was gunned down on August 19th, 2022, according to an FBI affidavit released today. 5 other members of Durk's Chicago-based rap collective, Only the Family, or OTF, have also been arrested, and at least 2 more arrests may be forthcoming, according to court documents that have been filed. Lil Durk was arrested yesterday in Broward County as he attempted to flee the country, and that's according to the FBI. He was trying to get away and go to Italy. His real name is Durk Banks. He won a Grammy earlier this year for Best Melodic Rap Performance for his song All My Life, which featured J. Cole. He has also been nominated 3 times and was a featured performer on Drake's Laugh Now, Cry Later album. Laugh Now, Cry Later song. Yeah. FBI agent Sarah Corcoran said in her affidavit that the OTF members engage, quote, in violence, including murder and assault at the direction of Lil Durk, and to maintain their status within the OTF group, end of quote. Sir, you finna do some time. Lil Durk. Listen, you finna do some time. Oh, they were on the same street. Jason, wow. But Lil Dirt, listen, they're not gonna let you out. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I suspect that the members of this OTF group you got, Only the Family or whatever, I suspect that these people are gonna start singing like canaries. Listen, there's no loyalty. Baby, they're gonna do everything they can to get out. Child, I don't got nothing to do with it. I don't even know who you are. I can't name not one song by him. Sir, go with God. Now the gentleman that you see right there, his name is Josh Reynolds, and he's a wide receiver for the Denver Broncos. Well, it appears that there was an incident that he was involved with where he was shot twice after leaving a strip club in Denver. According to news outlets, shortly after 3 a.m. on October 18th, someone called 911 about a shooting near East Hampton Avenue and South Dahlia Street. The caller reported he was driving a blue Ford Bronco and said he had been shot, according to court documents obtained by news outlets. The documents also say that the call taker noted that the caller stopped responding and sounded like they were running. A second 911 caller said he was being followed and that 2 of his friends had been shot. The caller was running and said he needed an ambulance. A third caller also called in and said that they had been shot at. The 911 call taker noted the GPS tracking put all 3 callers in the same area near South Quebec Street and East Union Avenue. Officers responded there and located the victims. Among the victims was Josh Reynolds, who, according to court documents, was shot twice, once on his left arm and once in the back of his head. Another man was shot in the back. A third victim was wounded by shattered glass, court documents say. All 3 have scrapes from climbing over the fence, a fence, according to court documents. They are saying that despite the serious nature of the shooting, that Josh Reynolds' injuries were described as, quote, minor, end of quote, and he is expected to recover. Local authorities are investigating the shooting, and 2 men have been arrested in connection with the incident. Yes, sir. I don't want you to think that you being an NFL wide receiver is gonna keep you from people shooting at you. Y'all better stay away from these script clubs. Y'all know some of these people some of these miscreants be out here looking for celebrities or athletes that got a lot of money, so that when they see y'all leaving the script club, they can go on and rob y'all and stuff like that. Listen, you can't be playing around. You need security, sir. Hey, cross country cruiser. So I don't know what to tell you. Go with God. I don't want to be this guy, y'all. Can I just say I don't want to be this guy? However, while I don't want to be this guy, I gotta be L Teddy. And in my having to be L Teddy ness, I gotta cause it as I sees it. Now I'm gonna go through this story, right? But my issue is the fact that mediocre as people descended from the Caucasus Mountains are always the ones that are given all of these opportunities to do all of these great things, given opportunities to make big money and big cash and do all of these things. And it's all based on mediocrity, all based on being mediocre. Well, that would be Jason Kelsey, older brother of Travis Kelsey. He's being offered a late night talk show. He's been offered to be host of a late night talk show and reportedly exploring the idea with ESPN. According to sources close to the situation, they are reporting that Jimmy Pitaro of ESPN is looking to widen the network's reach. And part of the plan to accomplish this is to include an after hours program starring Jason Kelsey. Unclear if it'd be the traditional style of late night talk shows, like Jimmy Kimmel or Stephen Colbert and things like that, where they bring in various celebrities and athletes to talk about their life and upcoming projects and Q&A and shit like that. But they said that that at the very least it wouldn't be a highlight or recap show like you see with Sports Center and the other ESPN programming. Now, Jason Kelsey, he's the brother of Travis Kelsey. He has gotten notoriety. He's all over the, all over your news feeds or all over, programming everywhere. Him and Travis Kelsey, because of their proximity to the mayonnaise mama Taylor Swift. Now, he's not dating Taylor Swift. His brother, Travis Kelsey, is dating Taylor Swift. But Jason Kelsey, because, of that, closeness, is, given all types of opportunities to be mediocre. I did not know that. Send me that information. Put it in the group members only chat. I will be looking out for that. Jamel Hill has a new show on TNT. I am a Jamel Hill fan, so I'd love to see Jamel Hill have a show. Hey, Angela, what's going on? Hey, Cassandra. To be fair, they had their podcast long before Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift came into the picture. They did, but you can see how it helped. Let me move on. I'm going down the road. I don't want to go with God, sir. So, in more news, those gentlemen there, that would be Logan Paul, KSI, and Mr. Beast. Now, if you don't know who Mr. Beast is, Mr. Beast, and somebody will check me, I believe that Mr. Beast is the number one YouTuber. I think he has the highest number of subscribers on YouTube. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he does. Let me check. I believe Mr. Beast has the largest. He has 323 million last subscribers. Last time I checked, he was, I think, number one on the YouTube on the list. Let me Google that. KSI is the black guy, and that's Logan Paul with the glasses. Hold on. Top 5 YouTubers. So, as of June, well, this one says as of June, it was Mr. Beast was number one. Oh, there's a weekly top 5 that YouTube does. Okay. Shut up. Oh, but that's a YouTube page. I don't want that. Um, yeah. So, yeah, as of right now, it's still Mr. Beast with his 323 million subscribers. And number 2 is a YouTube site out of India, but that's a whole different story, you know. I'm surprised PewDiePie is still in the top 10 because remember how people dog walked PewDiePie. He had his whole situation some time ago. Anyway, but Mr. Beast is the number one YouTuber. Anyway, what's going on with them? So they launched this endeavor where they were selling these things called lunchlies, which is kind of like Lunchables or whatnot. And so people were saying that the Lunchables have mold in them and that they tasted moldy. My thing about it is if something tastes moldy, it probably is moldy, which means that you probably could see it. You know, mold is not something that hides itself. If it's going to be mold on something, you're going to be able to see it. So my thing about it is if it tasted moldy, it probably was moldy. And you probably could see it. Anyway, so when they first found out about it, they went on a podcast and started laughing it off and basically said that people will do anything to make money off of them, and people use their name because they're so big, and that people are just going to do things and say things to move the needle and make money off of them. Well, that didn't last long because now the Food and Drug Administration has said that they have received more than 10 complaints from more than 10 consumers who have reported issues with the products, including one that cited an illness that might be linked to their Lunchly product. The FDA said it is currently reviewing all submissions and will provide updates as it determines whether issuing an advisory is necessary to protect public health. The agency noted its food producers' responsibilities to follow current good food manufacturing practices, regulations to make sure items are safe. And if they don't, appropriate action will be taken. Listen, a lot of times when you have these situations like this, these individuals have been solicited by the company that actually makes these things and distributes this, and they sell them an opportunity to make money off of these or say that these are their products. Let's be clear, Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, and KSI are not out here producing these things, but there is a company behind it, and I don't want to necessarily say that they are just sponsors or endorsing it, because they try to put themselves off saying this is legitimately their company when we know that there are larger conglomerates behind it. But if y'all gonna throw y'all name behind it as if this is the companies that y'all own, then y'all got to take all parts of that. That's including the fact that y'all around here giving people shit that might be molded and causing people to get sick. Right, it does have the prime drinks included in the lunchly box. Now I tried prime drinks sometime last year. Somebody told me to try it. That shit was nasty as hell. I couldn't even get through it. It was so nasty. I couldn't even make it through it. It was so disgusting. I could not drink the whole thing. Yeah. I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all better go get that shit right. Otherwise, go with God. In our last story of the day, why am I showing y'all pictures of somebody's mouth? I'm glad you asked. That would be the mouth belonging to rapper Finesse 2 Times. Now, he took to Instagram Live to share a surprising detail about his life. This came after dropping $250,000 on brand new diamond grills. Let me I'm not gonna try and speak for the man. Hold on, hold your line. Let me let y'all hear from his mouth, because I don't want to get the man's words wrong, and so I need y'all to hear it from him. I don't want y'all to think I had anything to do with it. So let me let y'all hear from his mouth and not mine. Hold on. Here we go.
Lotto, I can't eat no more pussy behind this. Yeah, I ain't eating no more pussy now. That dick gonna get sucked now. I can't eat no more ass now. I can now, cause I got a new mouth now. Motherfucker ain't got this mouth. Motherfucker ain't getting this mouth. This mouth ain't on the mouth. Can't nobody say they burnt this cap. Can't nobody say they burnt this head up. Can't nobody say they said on this 250. Can't nobody say they said on this 250 right here, man. Can't no. Motherfucker ain't sitting on these 250. Ain't nobody getting on these 250. Hell no. I can't be with this 250. I can't be doing that. This 250 got the shine. Leave all it. Zoom in on these diamonds. I'm with it.
Where do y'all find these people? I just want to know, where the fuck do y'all find these people? Where do y'all find these people? I don't think anybody wants you to eat their blocks. Anybody over here signing up to have what's his name? Lil Dirtbag, Lil Schmegma, Lil Scrotum Sacks. What's his name? Oh, Finesse 2 Times. Sir, I can only imagine the petri dish of diseases that would be spawned at the moment that you sat your ass down and allowed somebody to lower their blocks on your mouth. Where do y'all find it? Xavier, these are your people. Ain't he from your generation, Xavier? I need y'all to claim y'all people. Is he a millennial? Is he Xavier? Whose generation is this? Somebody wants him to eat their blocks. You know, I can see you liking him, Xavier. You know, you like Drewski. So if you have the potential to like someone the likes of a Drewski, I can see you liking somebody like Lil Dirtbag or Lil Scrotum Sacks, Lil Schmegma, whatever his name is. Diamond Pearl Jim, exactly. You could smell his mouth 10 blocks away. Just a mess. And you see Mama over there, right, Dimitri, you know his breath is stank. And that woman is over there like, you gonna eat this box. Why would you want him anywhere near your box? Girl, I ain't eating no more ass. I ain't eating no more pussy. We ain't asking you to. Who's asking him to eat their box? Eat their ass. I don't want you to eat. Oh, God. Ugh. Lord help us. Father, I stretch my hands to thee. No other help I know. Morgan, I don't even know that I want to know. I don't even know what this man, I can't even really see his face. I don't even know what he looked like. But from the looks of what his mouth do, let me look up a picture of him. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, sir. No, sir. With or without them good teeth, sir, you can't come near me. No, no, sir. No, sir. Don't even look at my area. No, God. Nope. I don't care what he licking. Baby, baby, baby shark, doop, doo, 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 doo. I don't give a damn. You keep that shit over there. I don't want no parts of it. Now, ladies, if y'all want to go on over there and let him lick y'all box, because I've been very surprised at y'all ladies. Y'all over here looking like y'all want to, like y'all want to go over there and take a ride over there down to the diamond shuttle over there inside his mouth. Ladies, y'all willing to go on over there? If you want some parts of Lil Schmegma, Lil Nutsack, Lil whatever, I mean, finesse, whatever his face is, put a 27 in the chat if you want some parts of him. If you don't want no parts of him, put a 1 in the chat. Because I just want to know. Put a 27 in the chat if you'll let him eat your box and let him eat the booty like it's groceries. Or if not, you could go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if you don't want no parts of him. I'm just gonna let me go ahead and put my ones in the chat now, because I'm not gonna let y'all play with me. Honey. I can't do this. No. No means no, and yes means no. I'm just saying. Child. I don't be over there no in the beef sector like that no more. QI. I don't go over there. I stick right over here in my corner, talk my little politics and keep it moving. But y'all, we don't want no parts of this man's mouth on our goddamn body. Child. Girl, I see a lot of what I don't see no 27. Xavier, go ahead and put your 27, Xavier. Ain't he from your generation? Ain't this your people, Xavier? Xavier, is this not your people? This ain't your people, Xavier. Now you don't want to claim your people. Child. Tracy said, hell to the no. Hell no. No, yes, maybe. Okay, I don't know. Equals no. No means no, and yes means no. Okay. Oh, he a millennial. He not your people. Okay, I'm just asking. Millennials, stand up and claim your people. Stand up and claim your people. I'm just saying, girl. Anyway. We about to get out of here, y'all. I've had a good time here with y'all. I would not be live this weekend. I have a trip. I might at the I might when I get back in town Sunday. if I could do something Sunday evening, I might, because I got to try to play around with the new platform that I'm going to use out besides StreamYard. So I'm gonna be playing around with that when I get back in town. So I might do that. I might do that on Sunday, just have an impromptu live and see how I can play around with that. See how that works. Mr. Pisces just asked me about Beauty in the Black. I'm gonna go over here and watch the first how many episodes out, Xavier? I'm gonna go watch it and give it a chance to give it a good watch. I can't go to homecoming, Dimitri. I was gonna go, I was slated to go, but I have a funeral. A very close friend of mine passed, and his funeral is next week, Saturday. So I won't be at homecoming, but I'll be at the Classic, Demetria. Don't worry. I'll be right in Orlando at the Classic. But I had to cancel my homecoming trip. I really wanted to go to homecoming too, but I got to go to this funeral. I can't miss that funeral. It's 8 episodes. It's actually decent. It doesn't have those long drawn out scenes. Okay, thank you, Monk Chip. Yeah, I had a very close friend of mine who passed on Tuesday in his sleep. He died in his sleep. Very close friend of mine. He wasn't sick. Anything wasn't nothing wrong with him. And his wife found him the next morning when they woke up. His wife, he was unresponsive and he was dead, pronounced dead at the house. Magic City Classic is this week. Is it? Thank you, Montrez. Thank you, Diamond Pearl Jim. Thank you, everybody, Janae, everybody for your thoughts. That it's really bothered me this week. I've really been affected by that because he and I were very close in age and just didn't wake up. Thank you, Demetria. So I'll be there. You going to the Classic, Demetria? I'm talking the Florida Classic in Orlando next month. I'll be there. For those of you in or around the DC area, I will be in DC Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Me and Really B will be hanging out. And if you're in the area and you want to get with us, let us know. We're going to be hanging out this week. I'll be in DC Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then November 8th through the 10th, I'll be in Baltimore and things like that. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Ms. Bathing. I'll be in Baltimore November 8th through 10th. So if you're in the area, let us know. We might can get up and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. I got to go pack. I got a 6 o'clock in the morning flight. So I need to go pack and lay my ass down. As I always say, y'all, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. I will be back Sunday. Like I said, depending, as long as I'm not too tired, I'll try to do something maybe Sunday late afternoon as I'm playing around with the new platform that I plan to use instead of StreamYard, because I'm not giving StreamYard $45 a month. They want $45 a month for StreamYard. Girl, I'm not giving you that. And there's other alternatives. Girl. Anyway, thank you, Nessa. I'm about to get out of here, get me something to eat, and hopefully I will see y'all on Sunday. All right. That's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I did not see a live setup for Really because I was gonna try to send y'all over there. I didn't see a live setup for her. So wait, what happened? What are you talking about, Xavier? What are you talking about, Xavier? 45. Anyway, I don't know what Xavier talking about. I'm trying to see what Xavier talking about. I don't know. $45. Anyway, let me get somebody calling me. I'll talk to y'all. I'll see y'all later. All right. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.